Hello everybody and welcome back to a new video. I am Pat from Pat's Path Predictor, and basically the newest day 4 outlook came in, as well as the day 3 outlook, and we're going to go ahead and go right through it real quickly. Alright, so this is the situation we have right here. There's a slight risk issued on day 3 from Texas all the way up to Missouri now, so it has shifted a little bit more to the east, including cities like Kansas City, still Wichita, now Tulsa, and other areas like Dallas, Waco, and more of the suburbs are in it now. There is now a marginal risk from Iowa and parts of Illinois down to southern Texas, including cities like Des Moines, Lincoln, Omaha, Hannibal, Missouri, Jefferson City, Springfield, Missouri, Austin, Texas, just outside of the Houston suburbs right here, San Antonio, those areas right here. And the generic thunderstorms go from Indiana and Ohio to Wisconsin, up to Minnesota, all the way down to Texas, including another area here in the mountain region. So this is the summary and synopsis. We'll go ahead and go over it real quickly. Severe thunderstorms are expected across portions of the central and southern Great Plains and lower Missouri Valley Tuesday late afternoon and Tuesday night. Synopsis. An upper air trough centered over the southwest deserts early Tuesday should reach the southern high plains by early Wednesday, with a strong polar jet developing east-northeastward from the northern Mexico towards the southern plains and Ozarks of Arklatex late Tuesday. Lee-side cyclogenesis will occur across the central high plains, with trailing southeastward moving cold front across the central high plains. A preceding northward moving warm front will lead to an influx of semi-moist air mass as north as the Ozarks and lower Missouri Valley, and potentially as far north as southern Iowa. Central plains into lower Missouri Valley. A modestly moist upper 50s near 60s degrees surface dew points air mass will be increasingly established across eastern Kansas, much of Missouri, and into southern Nebraska by late Tuesday afternoon and early evening. Influences such as DPVA, upper jet exit region, and near boundary convergence suggest that the initial surface-based thunderstorms development will be possible in the late afternoon Tuesday, likely focused around eastern Kansas and southeast Nebraska, with subsequently scattered development probable near the dry line by early to mid-evening across parts of Oklahoma and north and west central Texas. Given the modestly early season moisture quality, the warm sector air mass is unlikely to become overly unstable with initial deep convective development, with MCAPE likely to be around 750 to 1250 joules per kilogram, which that's still a decent amount to get some severe weather, but it's not like what we saw with 1500 to potentially 2000 joules per kilogram last week, but we'll be getting to that for day 4. Across parts of eastern Kansas into Oklahoma and north Texas. However, strong wind profiles should support some initial supercells and involving mixed conceptive mode during the evening. Large hail and damaging winds can be expected across the region. A couple of tornadoes could also occur, perhaps especially in the vicinity of especially in the vicinity of the of the Missouri Valley and or Oklahoma, East Texas, and nearby Arklatex region, coincident with the strengthening low-level jet Tuesday night. So the probabilistic, it's quite simple. It hasn't really changed that much. There is now 5% risk, which is where the marginal risk is, and the 15% has shifted a bit from earlier. But day 4 right here, what I'm about to get into, this is right here is what is off the bat concerning me, and I'll talk to you about what's going on. But first of all, I want to talk about the area of this real quickly. This 30% risk encompasses parts of Louisiana, Arkansas, into central Mississippi and western Alabama. That's off the bat concerning because it honestly looks eerily similar to another tornado outbreak, which was a high-risk day from last year, which was the St. Patrick's Day tornado outbreak, although this was narrower and longer. As you can see, it's in that same geological area, and that's off the bat concerning, but also there's some of the weather conditions that are also pretty concerning, which is a good recipe for storms like this. Like, this moderate risk from last year went from central Arkansas all the way to the Alabama-Georgia border, just for some context right there. So, yeah, this is already a bit concerning, and we'll go ahead and read the synopsis and just even talk about it, because there are sections in here that I find just potentially just off the bat really bad. An appreciable severe weather risk appears increasingly likely across the lower Mississippi Valley and middle Gulf Coast region on Wednesday/day 4. This includes the potential for widespread damaging winds, tornadoes, including the possibility of a regional tornado outbreak, including strong EF2 plus tornadoes. I want to say this again. The potential for a widespread damaging winds and tornadoes, including, quote, the possibility of a regional tornado outbreak, including strong EF2 plus tornadoes. So, you can see that right there, that already, that's what I am concerned about. And if you want my best guess, if that holds, their odds are they probably will issue a moderate risk, but if it does weaken a little bit, they're going to issue an enhanced risk. Either way, it's going to be a pretty heightened risk for severe weather. If you ask me, I think the moderate risk is slightly more possible than the enhanced risk, but please, this is just my own conjecture, and this is from what I see so far. We don't know enough information to really know what the threats are, but this discussion board right here it's somewhat it's off the bat concerning, and I know I say it like a broken record, but I kind of have to, because that's how troubled I am. On Wednesday, an increasingly moist air mass is expected across the region of an upper level trough that will take an increasingly negative tilt with very strong deep level layer/low level winds, coincident with a modestly unstable air mass. The potential for extensive early day precipitation/cloud cover ahead of the cold front casts some uncertainty in the terms of destabilization details, particularly with the northward extent of the Tennessee and Ohio rivers valleys. Regardless, the extremely strong wind fields are concerning for potential long-lived supercells/fast-moving Boeing segments that are where modest destabilization does occur. The most concerning severe favorable ingredients currently appear most probable in areas of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. Probable, sizable portions of it, as it says. Then the severe risk will likely move eastward, okay? But I want to highlight something again. The potential for long-lived supercells or fast-moving Boeing segments, which that's off the bat, like, yeah, that's pretty bad. And if they're saying this a few days out, it's probably going to be pretty bad. And remember, we had that tornado outbreak last week that hit Texas and Louisiana, including New Orleans, the lower Ninth Ward. So, yeah, we all know what these things can do. And if you see bulletins like that, expect at least a severe weather outbreak. They're talking about potential tornado outbreak. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and say that I'm not ruling that out. I'm not ruling that out. But if it is a tornado outbreak, which it's probable it is, I'm not gonna say it right now, because just it's gonna be certainly a tornado outbreak. I think it's a tornado outbreak is possible, but I don't think it is certain. In fact, nothing is certain until it happens. So, yeah, I thought I'd talk about this severe weather stuff that's going on, and that's pretty much going to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. It helps me out and helps me make more videos like these. It also helps inform the public about severe weather events like this. But until that time, guys, have a wonderful day. Stay safe.